Okay, so at the end of part two, I posed the question, what happens if you take another class in the core when you've already met the core requirement? So that actually brings us to the final part of the audit form, which is the electives part. So there are actually, you get 18 credit hours if you are pursuing the Associate of Arts degree. And there are three different types of elective classes that you can take. The first is here, classes in the core for which the component area has been satisfied. So if you only need one math class, for example, and you take another math, like here, then that would be an elective. Psychology in this case, psychology is in the core, but that component area has already been met. So now that falls under elective. There are also courses that are major or subject specific that can be considered electives. So in this case, we have engineering, introduction to engineering, or introduction to the teaching profession. Both of those are very specific to a degree, and so those are considered electives. And then finally, you have classes that you choose to take that are not in the core or in the degree plan. So maybe you take a sign language or a music class, a voice class, voice lessons. So those sorts of classes, they don't really fit in with the major and they don't fit in with the core, so they default to an elective. Okay, so if we look at this complete degree plan, we have a little bit from, we have the core here and we have the electives here. All right. So if we calculate all of these, this person has completed 14 hours in the core. So that's, we calculate that by counting the blue here. Remember the three, or the ones with the stars, are actually in progress, so we don't want to count those. And then for elective classes, none of these have an asterisk. So all of these are completed hours. And then if we look at the semester credit hours in progress, we have 9 credit hours in the core that are in progress. So this will help you better understand how this part of the audit form will look. So now let's take a look at the Associate of Science audit form. You'll notice the bottom is a little different. For an Associate of Science, you actually only get 7 credits of electives, and that's because you need 3 additional hours in math and 8 additional hours in science. So those 11 hours take up the space of some of the elective credit hours you would get with the Associate of Arts. So just make sure that you kind of understand that you have fewer elective choices because you are required to take more math and science courses. What I would like to also point out is that we have listed all of the math and science classes that are available for students to take, because if they're earning the Associate of Science, they may want to dig a little deeper into some of the math and science courses. But the ones that are underlined here are actually approved dual credit courses. So if you select Math 1350, for example, if you're going to be a teacher, you can still take that class, but it would not be considered a dual credit class. So you would be responsible for paying full college tuition for that. Same with some of the science classes here. We have several that are approved dual credit courses. They're all underlined. The ones that are not underlined, you would have to take for college credit only. Okay, so finally, if we're reviewing the entire the entire audit form, one of the things that you want to ask yourself is, what classes do you need? And whether you are pursuing the Associate of Arts degree or the Associate of Science degree, when you review your audit form, you want to look for the blanks where these red circles are. These will not be on your actual audit form, but this is just to let you know about how far away you are from being, or how close you are to being core complete or to completing your entire associate's degree. So that is the last thing that you need to look at on the audit form. If you have any questions about this, please don't hesitate to ask us.